With a CPAP, BiPAP, there are several things that patients call in, and I know that you're probably hearing this more and more. With the humidifiers on these CPAP, BiPAPs, you can use two types, okay, and it's built in. So the one that they leave here with is the more efficient humidifier that does not allow rain out, which is water, to collect in the tubing. Because with CPAP patients with the old units, they would get water accumulating in their tubing and it would gurgle. It reduces their pressure, and if they rolled over, they would dump the water into their airway and it would wake them up. So they've come out with more efficient humidifiers. So one of the problems Respironics saw right away was some people need that old type of humidifier. So they started making the newer machines with two types of humidifiers. And when I tell the patient to go into their machine, I'm telling them to go into setup. I know you're not going to be able to see this, but if you want to come closer and look at it later, I'll show you. But they're going to go into setup, and they're going to scroll down to where it says System 1 Humidifier, and it kind of strolls across, and it says on. They're going to simply push the center button, change it to off, lock it back in, and now they're on the other type of humidifier system. So if you have patients calling in or complaining of dryness, we're probably not going to see it now that the summer months are here. But when the winter and fall strolls around, we might see that happening where they've got these turned up all the way to 5. And because you guys know these all light up, they go up to 5. You can always switch them over to the other type of humidifier if you know how to do it. If you don't, just tell them to refer to their manuals. Most people don't read their manuals, but the manual tells them how to do that. Okay, but they can get a different source of humidification from these. The newer ones, the older ones can't. So if you tell the patient to do that and they say, well, I don't see it, probably because it's not there. And I couldn't tell you which ones they are. Okay, but it's the older setups. The ones that have came in this last 50 that we've done, which we're dwindling down, those had that type of humidifier built on. But the ones prior to that, the 2 shipment prior to that, did not. So Respironics, again, saw something, fixed it, and brought in something new. They also added a light, because this used to never light up. This is nice to be able to look, because when I call in and get phone-in compliance off these people, they can't see it because there's no light. Now there's a light in there. Because it's like you're going to have to get a flashlight. I couldn't even see it with the regular lighting in a bedroom. So a lot of times they have to get a flashlight to look at their numbers. But now they have a light built in the newer units, but not the old units.
Is that on CPAP and BiPAP?
Both CPAP and BiPAP have the new humidifiers in them.
Now, how do you turn the humidification up on those?
When you turn them on, the light comes on.
Okay, and it's got the numbers still?
And then that light fades out after a minute and a half. And these machines are very quiet. Do you hear any noise? When they hear noise, it's because they have a mass leak. And it sounds like that. These machines should not sound like that. So if a patient says, my machine sounds loud, all you got to do is tell them, take your hose off, put your finger over the hole, and listen to how quiet it is. It's not their machine, it's their mass that's leaking. They either don't have their seals on right, or their seals need to be replaced, or their nose pillows are not in their nose right, or they don't fit right. But these machines are very quiet. Now, a lot of you guys know about compliance, the little blue card, maybe back in billing you don't see these. These are the little blue cards that we download, okay, and that's what they bring into us. And they're just located in the back of the machines. And when they push on it, it beeps. It lets them know that it's gone. It also tells them it's out, and it also shows that there's no picture of a card in there. So if a patient accidentally hits this, and they don't hear the beep and walk away, we're not getting compliance on the card.